This next one is a doozy. It's a very complex issue. It is, how emotionally resilient are you? Before we get into the squishy stuff, let's talk about resilience. Did you know that similar to trees, bridges, and tall skyscrapers, they all have something in common? That they are actually built and grown to flex with the wind. When you're really up high in a windy storm, you'll actually be able to feel the buildings sway beneath you. To be resilient means that you're strong enough to not get knocked over and to hold yourself up, but you're flexible enough to not break. Another analogy is for those of you who have been to the beach and stood in the waves. If you don't dig your feet into the sand in California, those medium-sized and large waves, they will knock you over. But if you've dug your feet into the sand, kind of anchoring yourself, and you balance your legs far enough apart, the wave will hit you, you'll move a little bit, and then it washes right past you. It's really cool. In Florida, the waves are really, really small. They're like baby lapping waves. It's the most beautiful white sandy beaches, and the water isn't very deep, and sometimes it's deeper, but the waves really aren't that strong. You don't have to anchor yourself very much. And then there are some waves, like I watched some surfer videos online, and I'm like, oh my gosh, get out of the way of that wave, because it would just kill you. It would suck you up and tumble you over, and I don't know how surfers do it, but it's dangerous unless you're skilled on how to navigate those waves. But to stay in them long term, it could really do some damage. So I think the biggest parts to emotional resilience are being situationally aware to get yourself out of danger before it does damage, and 2, to learn coping mechanisms and skills to help you get through and be resilient and strong. Along with that is that we humans are more like trees than like buildings. A tree that was grown in a very protected area with no wind and whatever, it will break very easily because it hasn't been strengthened through adversity, wind, storms. Whereas a tree that has grown up in adversity has developed inner strength, where its fibers of its trunks and its limbs are strengthened. I don't have the words. It would be almost impossible to chop up because the fibers of this tree are so strong and resilient that whatever comes, it can withstand. And so emotionally, where are you? Are you emotionally weak? Does someone frowning at you push you over and that's off and now your day's ruined? Are you able to deal with road ragers on the road and turn the other cheek and let it go and just get home safely? Are you going to get caught up in negativity and have you ruin your day? Or are you going to let it go and find the positive and move forward with strength? So I think that when we think of emotions, we can maybe think of it in terms of light and darkness, or abundance and scarcity, gaining and losing. I think what's important is that you focus on your direction. What direction are you going? Who are you? What do you want? If you know who you are and what you want, then this gives you more strength and confidence. If you know what you believe in, then it helps turn on a light where you can be more decisive and honest to how you react to the world around you. Are you emotionally strong enough to survive and thrive in the adversities that are coming? And it's going to be a period of great deprivation and loss. A lot of people are going to be afraid and panic. Are you going to be part of the 10% that they talk about that are going to be able to walk forward with courage and rally people around you to be a voice of calm and reason? Or are you going to add to the panic and flail around and get lost yourself? I don't know. They're choices. They're all choices. So start to ask yourself who you are and and what you actually want. So that way you can rely on that and you don't have to figure that out during a crisis.